Welcome to another video, guys. Been a while. I think the last video I made on the daily series was when I was on holiday, which was quite a long time ago. Now, unfortunately, I'm a busy person. I run my own agency. I have a bunch of side businesses and life as well. Uh, Things happen, takes time out of your days, and I can't do things like this. Obviously, I'm doing this for you guys. $3,500 isn't that much for me, but I hope you guys have enjoyed the series so far. I am going to stop the daily series in terms of, now, some of you might have been a little bit upset when I said that, but I'm stopping it in terms of me chatting. But what I'm transitioning to now is everyone's going to have this issue, right? There's going to be days where you can't be online and you can't chat. So the new series is going to be how to make a solution, how to fix that issue. How am I going to do that? With hiring chatters and VAs. So I'm going to show you how to do it, the process of doing it, and just sort of take you through the journey. I'm going to post this a week after I'm making this, just because I like posting daily. It feels nice when I post daily. And it gives me a week to sort of set up all the chatters and VAs, and also get the content ready for it. Because one thing I've learned is kind of doing stuff as you make the video isn't the best way to make YouTube videos. So I'm still learning how to make YouTube videos, trying to make it as enjoyable to watch as possible. But, I am by no means someone who has time to plan a YouTube video and get things prepared. I just click record, whatever happens, happens. That's pretty much me. So first things first, this is the fan view now. I did end up posting on Instagram again, and I did get some subs. I just again lost time. So pretty much again refresh. I'll do it again. Mouse to the refresh button and bang. I actually did make a payout. So you can see the earnings and payouts and payouts. You can see payouts crypto. And yeah, so anyway, I'll get things started. So the most important thing that I need right now is chatters, right? The VAs I can sort of hold off on. So that's what I'm going to show you guys. Just a good way to find good, high quality chatters. Again, I'm doing this fresh. I'm not using any of my old chatters, nothing like that. So I will do my best to put some links in the YouTube bio for some resources. So generally, Telegram's the best bet for finding chatters. Like OFM Jobs, OnlyOFM, OFM Pros, all of these. There's a bunch of chatters. This Telegram group has a website, ofmjobs.com. Again, this one, and not this one, unless it does. Nope. Anyway, these are jobs. Generally, what I'm going to recommend is I'm actually going to come here to their site, right? So you come to their site. I'm just going to use OFM Jobs for this example, and I'm actually going to use this when I find workers. So you come here and you come to find workers, right? You come to employment type. You want full time. Skills and expertise. You want chatting. There's not really anything else. When I do VAs, I'll do marketing and AI actually, because I don't want someone to just make the content for me. Maybe I need separate people for marketing and AI. Hopefully I can find someone that just can do it itself. Anyway, yeah, you can look through here, see what you want them to be familiar with, things like that. Because I haven't got a system built up for this account, usually I would have an Airtable so they could, and a Zoom as well, so they could do calls with the track manager, so they could input their data on each chart. I'm just gonna let them go at it. Social media, again, I'm not using it, so it's fine. Preferred payment. Skrill, crypto. That's my preferred payment. Country. Don't really mind. I won't do any Africans. Languages, English. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna look through here, right? You're gonna find a couple of people. So he's got experience over 50 months of sales, sexting, and fan engagement. Experience 4-year online chat with proven. Okay, customers on Earth tried to fast up in sales and retention. So she's got a chatter and admin for strip chat. That's cool. Only finds engaged fans with personal play. But training can from content naturally and maintain a fun, consistent online thread that keeps fans coming back. Okay. So obviously, guys, again, not going to get them straight away. So obviously you can see here skills and plan, copyright, sales, general editing, software use, such can use inflow, create here, Earthbody, Slack, Zoom, BodyX, Animals, Fans Metric, social media platforms. Cool. So yeah, generally when you do end up looking for a chatter, the things you want to look for is obviously language is English, top skill chatting, and experience. You do want good experience. Reliable, can work good at making sales, building a report. I'll keep it on newest for now, actually. Chiefly fundamental multi-niche. That's good. That's something I'm looking for. So what I'll do, I'll click his name. He's worked at Verbatim Service, primary contact for key accounts. Okay, so again, this site has verified tests, but you have to pay $525 annually or $149 for a month. In my case, I could do this in a business expense where, I've chatted by myself, I've made that amount, I made way more than that amount, and I can use that to use this because it will save you time, because otherwise you will have to do your own assessment of them. Now, we share assessments in our mentorship. If you end up hiring chatters, we share our own assessments that we use ourselves to pick the right chatter and get them through to joining our agency, make sure it's all smooth, and make sure we hire people that will actually chat. Nonetheless, you can message them and you can say, hey, I'm interested in you working for me, give me a few more details. You can get their contact and put them through your pipeline of hiring, whether you create that yourselves, whether you use someone else's, or whether you use ours. But yeah, generally you do need to assess these people. You cannot just, oh, you got 3 years, I'm just going to pick you. You do need to assess them. What I mean by that is if you have time and if you're sort of starting out, jump on a Zoom call with them with cameras on, just converse with them a bit, see how they can, speak English to you, see how you can converse. Everything you say should be a test towards how they can reply. And then really just build some sort of document. You could get training materials. I'm sure there's a bunch of good training materials out there, but they should be relatively trained. If you want a specific way of chatting, so for example, what I can tell them on call, I'll be like, hey, so the way I chat is currently my situation. I have 2 really high spenders. One really likes custom content, so you need to be dealing with that and having great communication with the AI designer. And the second one is very much conversing. So you need to really maintain good rapport with him and not be lazy. Because a lot of people, they just say very generic things. You need to talk about them, about their lives. You need to make it clear to him that that's what you're looking for. What I might do, I might compare hiring chatters versus working with a chatting agency. That could be cool. So I could do 1 month with a chatter that I've hired and I've trained and I've brought in, and 1 month with a chatting agency. That could be quite cool to see the comparison. What's better? Anyway, nonetheless, and then, yeah, skills, I don't want chatting anymore, I want marketing. So these guys will be the VAs. He's a chatting manager, same guy. Social media manager, there we go. Instagram poster. So he's definitely someone I could look at. Oh, there's also recruitment. You could hire a recruiter to recruit for you. Anyway, let me see marketing and AI, because ideally I want to find someone who can do these two. I want a social media manager and an AI designer. That's what I want. But yeah, I will look for that in my own time. I will spend, like I said, I'll post this video in a week's time, and in that week I'll get everything ready for the hiring process. I'll get everyone hired. I'll sort of show you where I do and where I sort of keep all my workers. I'll make a very, very small group for them. I mean, generally when you have six models like I have, you have a server, you have a bunch of different dedicated channels for the chatters, for the managers, for the VAs, for the designers. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So in the future, what's going to happen with these series is I will probably end up doing maybe not daily, maybe weekly, and just, you know, giving updates about how the chatters are doing, how the VAs are doing, trying to scale, right? The whole goal is to scale. I know 10k a month is there. 10k a month is there, no doubt in my mind. That's there. When I get the chatters, VAs, and designer on board, 10k a month is there. But I want to get past that, right? This could be another model I add. I could end up having, 7 proper models, and I could add all these guys to the main server with all my other workers. Another thing you have to look at is expenses, right? Some of these guys can be quite expensive. They might ask for, somewhere in the thousands a month, right? Now, $1,000 a month for a chatter, it's high, right? That's very high. That's why agencies can look more appealing. But if you look at it like this, you actually pay them by the hour. Let's say you pay a chatter $3 per hour, right? You pay a chatter $3 per hour, and you want him to work for 12 hours per day. 3 times 12 is 36, times by 30, 3 times 12 is 36 hours a day, times by 30. It's about $1,000 for the month. Now, but if they are doing well, and they alone, this one chatter, 12 hours a day is generally fine, if you can give them the right hours. Because my chatters, my people that are chatting to me, the fans, aren't on for over 12 hours a day. Maybe 3 to 8 hours they're online that I can make money out of them. So I only want them for 12 hours a day. And I'll give them the correct time slot, the US time slot that they're mostly online at. So I do that. They chat. If they alone can make $10,000 per month, not only is that passive, but they make 10,000, and they are that one. You can easily pay them that 1,000. That's not an issue. It's only an issue when you haven't done this at all yet. In that case, an AI agency would be a bit more beneficial to you, because I've made it and I can use the current funds that I've made to buy a chatter. Now, again, I need to preface this. This is not as easy as I'm saying. Finding a good chatter is very hard. It is hard. Do I think the chatter that comes on board now will make 10k a month? Yes, with my guidance for a good 7 days straight. So I will need to guide him for 7 days straight how to chat. I will tell him, you're not allowed to chat until you send me what you're about to send them, whether it's pay-per-view or message. So 7 days they're gonna be on high alert, just so they know what to do. Again, things need to be super strict. If they only have one warning, right? They cannot mess up. They cannot lose a customer, especially Georgia IKDF, the top spenders. So that's the goal. I believe he will be able to, because generally I haven't put much work in and I've been able to do it. So he should be able to do it too. And then the VAs. VA work is super easy. They just post. I'll tell them what kind of descriptions to use. That's fine. The designer shouldn't be that bad. I've never actually hired a designer off a site like this. I train my own designers. And I also design myself. So I create the content myself for my own models. I'm going to continue doing NSFW for this account. Only for customs. Because it's not too difficult for me to make. And I'm not going through the process of finding someone that can make NSFW content for me, because that's weird. Like, finding someone that can do that is like finding a needle in a haystack. But I want them to use Higgsfield. I'll give them my Higgsfield account, obviously, and make the content I want for marketing. And so that's the plan, right? I will go through expenses and I'll go through earnings. How much am I spending on all of these to do things for me? Again, I'm paying for time. I'm paying for these people to take the time off my hands. So it is a worthwhile investment. In your guys' case, you would do this so you could build another model, right? And that's how you would end up scaling with multiple models. In my case, I don't have time to run this model and even build another model. I've already got 6 models. This could be a 7th. I wasn't planning on having a 7th. But you never know. All good things come from trying, right? And taking a risk. So I took a risk. Started a YouTube series. Would it work out? Would it not? You never know. Maybe I end up getting a 7th model that makes me, 30, 40k a month. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, if you want to have the best possible chance of making it and being successful in this space, please join our mentorship. We're here to help. I've always got time for mentorship students, no matter where I'm at. I could be outside, having shisha with a mate, having dinner with a girl. I'll always have time to do calls with the mentorship students. So you never have to worry about that with us. Again, I'll put Telegram link in bio. Please check that out. If you're interested, but you have a few questions, feel free to book a call using our Calendly link in the Telegram group. It's in the book a call section. And yeah, that's it for this video. I will be posting the next one. I'll be making the next one next week. Hopefully I've got all the chatters on board. I'll show you sort of setting up chatters on the FanView account, because they actually have their own way of doing it. And yeah, I hope you guys look forward to that and enjoy it as well. Okay, so this is going to be episode 1 of scaling to $100,000 per month with my AI model. That's going to be the title. That's actually a really good title. Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions about anything, about hiring, about resources that you'd like, you can message me. You know where to message me on Telegram at Ditto0401. That's DITO040. It's in the bio. If you're not smart enough to be able to find me, then you're not smart enough to do this as an agency. So it's in the bio. You should be able to figure out how to message me. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed. Join our mentorship if you want success.